Again, I took my other two videos down. I didn't want them to cause any more drama, so I put them on private. So I decided to make one. Somebody asked me to make another one, so this one's just going to be about me and my family. I live in Utah. I've lived in the same town my whole life. Just maybe I've moved out of town, maybe 3 or 4 miles in a different town, but mostly my whole life I've lived in this same town. I have 4 children. I have a older boy that is a young man, I guess, 30. And then I have twin girls that are 27, 28. And then I have a younger boy that's 23. From my oldest son, I have a grandson that is 10, and that's all they'll have. They're done. When he was 2 years old, they found that he had type 1 diabetes, so that was a little bit of a shock for them, and they just decided not to have any more. And then my oldest twin, she has a boy and a girl. The little girl is just turning 1, and then her boy is 3. Then from her twin sister, I have a girl and 2 boys. The girl is the oldest. She is 9. And then the next one is 4. And then the youngest one is just turning 1 also. And that's all I have for right now. I'm expecting more. I've been married for 28 or 29 years. My husband knows that. I do crafts. I make little scrapbooks, and I just paper crafts and stuff, and I also bead. I make jewelry. I haven't done that for a while, but I do that. I'm a big camper. That's one of my main things in my life is camping. I took on a job that I'll be a camp host up at a campground about 4 miles away from here. So I'll live there 6 months out of the year. And my youngest son will go with me, and my husband will go. My husband just works here in town, and so he'll just drive back and forth. And then one of my twins and her family will come and live here. They're buying a house, and so they just need a place to stay while they settle the house. So that will be nice. They'll do my yard work and pay a few bills, not a lot, but a few. That'll be nice. So I'll be a camp host up there. I bought a motorhome last year. It's an old one, but it's new to me. It's a late 80s, early 90s. It's an Allegro. It's 33 foot, a bedroom in the back, so it's really comfortable. It's really nice, and I could live in it forever. My grandma and grandpa were RVers, and I just loved it. I wanted to live in one my whole life. My husband thinks I'm crazy. My husband's a sweetheart. We get along. We just knew that when we met, we was going to be together forever, that we were meant to be together, and we are, and we'll stick it out. We hardly ever fight. We get along real well. We like the same things, and so we're good together. I have 2 brothers, one older, one younger. My oldest one lives in town here. My youngest one lives about 5 hours away. I get to see him every once in a while, but we keep in touch good. I have my mother-in-law and father-in-law. They live here in town, and they're just so nice. They're just sweet. They just take care of me and my husband and my grandkids. All of them. They just help us out so much, and they come to the campground, and they'll eat dinner with us 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. I like to cook for them, and they like to eat, so it works out. What else? My mother passed away about 10 years ago. She died of lung cancer. It started in her cervix, but she eventually did die of lung cancer. She died here in my home, and I took care of her for a little while. It was fast. She didn't go to the doctor a lot, so it was late in the cancer, and so she didn't last long. But she was very small and very pretty. She was only about, I would say, 4'7" or 4'8". When we was in the hospital and she was pretty sick, the doctor asked her how old she was. She said, I'm 5 feet, and I just said, when you were 16 maybe, but you're nowhere near that right now. We used to tease her that we're going to put wood blocks on the pedals on her car. And then she could reach them maybe, and then we told her she couldn't ride in the front anymore. The airbags would kill her if they went off. She was so tiny. I had a big truck once, and I had to carry her around the ladder so that she could get in there, and she was a doll. She was so cute, and she was a good grandma and a good mom. She was an alcoholic when she was younger, and she quit that about 5 years before my oldest son was born, and she just became a perfect mother and perfect grandmother. And I wish she would have been that mother, the whole life. But we live what we learn from things that we live through, and I learned a lot from her, and I adored her. She adored me, and she was my biggest fan, and she was great. I can't wait to see her again. I had my father. I met him later in the years, and it just wasn't. I had a stepdad, and in fact, my stepdad just died about a week ago. They weren't married; they'd been divorced several years, but he was good to us, and I loved him. He was my youngest brother's dad. So, my husband has 2 brothers and 1 sister, and they're close. We get along well, and I'm lucky. I'm blessed that I have good family. In-laws too. I couldn't ask for better. Me and my husband and my kids are real close. We see each other, talk to each other, and if not on a daily basis, then a couple times a week at least. I don't work. I stay home. I pretty much stayed home most of my married years. I had a few jobs here and there, but I always ended up coming back home. I just felt like the kids should stay at home the mom should stay at home with their kids, and so I stay home and watch grandkids now. I would rather do that than send them to the babysitter. I know they're loved here, so that's what I do. But in the summer I won't be babysitting a lot. They will go to the babysitter, and that kills me, but oh well. You go through different stages in your life, and this is a new stage for me, so this is my 5th time taping today. I started early in the morning, and I gotta put my makeup on, fix my hair, and my computer, maybe it doesn't have pixels or something. I don't know. I don't know, but it didn't work. It didn't want to upload to YouTube, so I messed with that for a while and finally gave up on that. And then I recorded on my phone, and somebody called and stopped it, and so I had to babysit. So then I had to redo my makeup and fix my hair up a little bit, and so now they're all gone, and I finally get to do this. It better work, because it's the last time. I don't know why the phone would be better. You'd think the computer would work. I don't know. Something to do with the pixels. That's what she said. So I'm going to bring this up one time, and that's it. I'm done with the drama. That's why I took my videos down. Char said something the other day that she was turning into somebody she didn't want to be, and when she said that, it just hit me. Yep, you're right. My mom could be bitter and a little bit hateful sometimes towards other people, and I see that in me. I like a good argument. I really do, and so I seen myself going that way, and I'm glad that she stopped me yesterday. I didn't get on anybody's, any negative sites, and I felt pretty good. Feel good today, so I'm not going to bring up names. I'm good, and I'm glad you're back. So when I put this video on, if I get negative comments, I'm just going to ignore them. I'm not going to delete them. I don't want to delete them. They're there. People can see how rotten they really are, and I would appreciate it if the people that love Char would not banter with them. Just let them be them. I don't need anybody to stick up for me, and I don't want anybody to. I just let them be. They'll go away eventually. They're not worth it. So that's what I got for that. And I would rather it be that way and Char get to do what she loves to do. This is just something I just happened upon. It's not something that, I'm not going to make a show or anything, So, and Char's good at it, and she loves it. So I would rather her stay and have that than worry about that other. It's just not worth it. So I'd appreciate it if you guys would just, and I think maybe we all should be that way, What else was I going to say? I guess that's it. I tell you how old I was, but I'm not sure. Well, I think I'll be 50 this year. That might be a little bit hard. I don't know. I don't know. I don't mind getting old. You know, my husband asked me what kind of a car I wanted a couple of years ago, and I said a van. I need a big van to haul my grandkids around, and I'm good. You know, I don't mind getting old. It's kind of a good feeling. A different part of your life. So, anyway, I'm glad you're staying, Shar, and I won't cause no more trouble. I promise. Oh, I did want to say how I started on YouTube. I scrapbook, and so I was on the websites on YouTube just looking at what people do, and I ran across a cute little gal. I think her name is Vic. Vixen Crafts or something, I don't know. She does a little bit different crafts than me. I just liked her, and I would watch her show. And she had on Tracy one day about bullying, and she was bullied. She was bullied on the crafting sites pretty bad, and I can't imagine why. There's just some mean people over there, and I didn't get involved, but they were mean. I mean, they're mean over here, but I don't know. They were pretty bad. So I just didn't get involved. I just watched, and so I found Tracy through her, and I just stayed, and I just decided that I picked these people, and they have to be my friends now, and you know, whether they pick me or not, I pick them. So, you know, they're stuck. I like YouTube because I can just come and go as I want. I don't have any obligations. I was the only girl, and so I'm not real good with hanging out with girls and, you know, having friends. My family and my husband, you know, I'm good with that. But I do like the YouTube. I do like to see what everybody's up to, and I don't know what kind of community this is really, though. That was a scrapbooking community. I'm not sure what this is. It's just a bunch of women. I don't know. So, Tracy, that's how I found you. I'm sure you'll know who she is. There was another gal over there that I loved, Shannon Ford. She was just I think she's quite a bit younger than me. I'm not too sure, but she's really level-headed, really smart, very sure of herself. Not conceited, but very sure of her own opinion. And I loved watching her. She had some good advice, and she was a kind person. So those were my two favorites over there. And I have too many favorites over here to say, so I'm not going to do that. Except for Char and Tracy. I love them. And Millie, I like her. I guess I better stop, huh? So, thanks for requesting me to do a video. So now I can have one out there. And it's not as sarcastic this time as it was the other times, but I'll get better. Thank you.